Hello everyone, my name is Barrick, and today I'm going to give you a brief update on the AIRIS Minecraft agent. For this experiment, I teleported an untrained agent a little over 300 blocks away from its goal. I've also disabled its ability to mine blocks, as I wanted to see how well it could do with more complex navigation. I've made a lot of improvements to its planning and prediction, so as you can see, it thinks much faster and more intelligently than before. For example, it's better able to figure out what actions to experiment with and how to explore and navigate when trapped under a tree. Notice it trying to jump through the leaves, but learning that it can't. So instead, it tries to figure out a way around the obstacle. But there's still a lot of room for improvement, and I have a lot more ideas to try. So for now, I'll fast forward it to an interesting challenge it encountered. Here, it found a huge hole in the ground between it and its goal, and unfortunately, it has not yet learned that it can't walk on thin air. Hard lesson learned. Now, it's in trouble. It can't continue to its goal unless it can get itself back out of the hole. To help, I've added a goal checkpoint system, where if the agent suddenly finds itself a lot farther from its goal than it was, it creates a sub-goal of returning to the closest place it had found so far and continuing from there. In this case, that's way up on the rim of the hole. The only way it can get there is if it can explore and find a path to climb back up. Fortunately, in this case, there is one. Barely. It takes some tricky jumping, and after an hour of learning how to carefully jump between blocks, it finally makes its way back up to the top. But its trial isn't over yet. The goal checkpoint is way over there, and while it learned that it can't walk on air in one direction, it thinks that maybe it can in the other direction. So it falls back in again, and climbs out, tries something else, falls in again, climbs out, and this goes on for about 5 hours. This is the last time it falls. I've sped it up a bit in the interest of time, but you can see it performing the complex plan that it made to get out of and around the hole. And while it seems like it takes an unnecessarily winding path, what it's actually doing is lining itself up for the next move. Because remember, its actions aren't precise, and it only knows the whole number coordinate of its location. So when it moves in a way that results in it being off center of a block, jumping from there will have a different result than if it had jumped from the center of the block. So by making the extra moves, it's ensuring that it's in the correct position on a block, even though it can't perceive what that position is. It just learned that if it moves in a certain way onto a block, the next outcome is different than when it moves onto that block from another way. That's also why it tends to slide against walls rather than just jump or move straight. In many cases, that results in it either moving further than it had by just jumping straight due to the way that I coded the jump action, or that centers it better on the next block for a more consistent next move. A side effect of that is that it shouldn't need to do this zigzag pattern of movement once it's on flat ground. So I have some more work to do to try and smooth out its action planning. Now that it finally made it past the hole, it only took about 15 more minutes for it to reach its goal position, which I'll speed through. And there it goes. It has reached its goal position. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing what it does in the next update video.